What up, muchachos? Lot Fader back here with another free play for you guys. This time it's going to be in Major League Baseball. Friday, July the 24th, Detroit Tigers versus the Cincinnati Reds. So no music for today's video, no mic, because the fucking laptop charger I have stopped working. I don't know why I said it like that, laptop charger I have. I feel like I get a new fucking charger for this thing once a year. Overall, happy with the move from Mac to PC. I damaged my PC. I don't even remember what I did a couple years ago, and they quoted me like $900 to replace it, and I paid $750 for a brand new laptop. Does everything my Mac did, plus it has a fuck ton of free space, so highly recommend it. Not sure about the switch from iPhone to Android. Might even make that at some point just because fucking Apple, they're a bunch of scumbags over there. So fuck them, right? But not sure if I'm ready for that move, but I'm definitely happy with the move from Mac to PC. All right, so as you guys know by now, especially those of you that have been following me for a while, I am a low volume bettor. Not much will change with regards to Major League Baseball, although I will say of the sports that I handicap, it is one where you may see an increase in volume from me, but still never more than 5 plays in a given day. If that, definitely won't be seeing that anytime soon as we gather information, learn more about these teams. I will definitely be keeping it light up until then. All right, so the play that I have for you guys is for the first 5 innings, the under 4.5. I got that at plus 100 on Pinnacle Sports. All right, so let's start with weather, because the weather is less than ideal for an under. It will be warm. It's not going to be sunny, which is good, but it will be warm. It will be humid. Less than ideal conditions for an under. But within the sport of baseball, there are so many measurable variables that it's going to be rare where we find a play that checks all the boxes, so to speak. This is one box that's not checked in favor of an under, but as you will see shortly, it's really the only one. The ballpark, also not necessarily a pitcher's ballpark, but it's not necessarily a hitter's ballpark either, ranked 11th last season in park run factors by ESPN. And when you consider that they had mediocre pitching and pretty good bats, you'd have to think that factored in to them being pretty high on the list. So I would say they're probably a middle of the road ballpark, not quite a pitcher's ballpark, not quite a hitter's ballpark. So let's get into the pitchers, right? Because that's important in baseball, right? Sonny Gray, starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds last season, 2.87 ERA, FIP of 3.42, xFIP 3.62, SIERA 3.79. So advanced numbers would suggest that his ERA was a little lower than it should have been, but nonetheless, still a very good pitcher. One thing I really like about Sonny Gray is batting averages don't change much when he faces righties versus lefties. The nice thing about the Detroit Tigers, though, is that they will be a predominantly right-handed lineup. Kristen Stewart is really their only true lefty. Nico Goodrum and Candelario will be batting left, but they are switch hitters. So really, the power from the left-hand side will be coming from Kristen Stewart. So he'll be facing at least 5 righties, I would imagine, 6 righties and 3 lefties. Like I said, it doesn't really matter for him, but it does matter for opposing batters. On average, again, you're going to find the occasional right-handed batter who hits better against right-handed pitchers, but for the most part, righties don't hit as well against righties as they do against lefties. So good matchup for Sonny Gray. On the other side, Matthew Boyd, ERA 4.56 last season, obviously. FIP 4.32, xFIP 3.88, SIERA 3.61. He plays for a bad team, which is why the ERA is a little bit higher than the advanced numbers. When you put Boyd's advanced numbers next to Sonny Gray's, you'll see that they're virtually just as good as one another. Matthew Boyd, really good pitcher. Unlike Sonny Gray, Boyd, the batting average for a righty is slightly higher against Boyd than it is against lefties. Batters from the right-hand side hit 250 against Boyd, while batters from the left-hand side hit 231. And that's good against this Reds lineup because two of their biggest bats, Joey Votto and Moustakas, will come from the left-handed side. Then they have Jesse Winker, Josh Van Meter, Shogo Akinyama, Travis Jankowski. They have to start at least one of those guys, if not two or three. They don't have enough outfielders to not. So he'll be facing at least three left-handed batters. And like I said, two of their best bats are lefties. Then they have the catcher, Tucker Barnhart, who might get the start as well. So potentially five left-handed batters for Matthew Boyd. Castellanos, Suarez, Nick Senzel are the righties he will definitely face. So three righties for sure, three lefties for sure, and then potentially one, two, maybe even three more lefties. So a really good matchup for Matthew Boyd. Good matchup for both pitchers. Really, I like this play to stay under. I also like that they played each other a couple times just a few days ago, gave an opportunity for each pitcher to sit there and watch each of the batters. That's a huge advantage for pitchers when they're able to get a good look at each batter before they actually face them. I see that as a big advantage for us. One thing that I'm never going to be able to look up for game ones of a series is the umpire, and that matters. For the most part, when you subtract strikeouts from batters walked, you get a number of around 10.5. That's your average ump. But there are what we call pitchers umps, where when you subtract their Ks from their batters walked, it'll be like a number like 15. When you come across an umpire like that, you don't want to bet the over, and vice versa, quote unquote batters umps. You subtract their Ks from their batters walk and you'll get a number as low as like 6 or 7. You want to avoid betting unders when that guy's the umpire. Don't really care too much about an umpire's record. I think it's a little foolish to put much stock into that. Obviously, at the end of the day, what games they get assigned to is going to influence their record against the over, against the under. But like I said, if you want to get a good idea of whether an umpire is a pitcher's ump, umpire is a batter's ump, subtract their Ks from their batters walk. You should get a number of around 10.5 or 11. If you don't, then you'll know that he's one way or the other, if that makes any sense. The way I see it, I can't not bet game ones of the series just because I don't know who the ump is. I'm mostly going to be betting unders. I don't imagine I'll be betting any overs, maybe none at all this entire season. So throughout the course of the year, it's going to average itself out. Maybe I'll run into an ump, get some bad luck, run into an ump with a tiny strike zone. But then I'll also have games where I get lucky and get an ump that has a big strike zone over the course of the year. That'll all come out in the wash. And like I said, for every other game 2, game 3, game 4 of a series, you can look up the umpire. So I will be taking that into account as well for these plays. So yeah, one play to get us started. Hopefully we can start this season off with a win. Thanks for watching. Best of luck if you're tailing. And yeah, good luck with any other bets that you have.